And then I got another question from Amanda, and she was asking, "Hey, coach, I've been having this question for a little while, and I was wondering when should I start my basketball conditioning to be conditioned for next season?" So this is a good question as well. I think that when it comes to conditioning, there's a couple different aspects to look at. So I think the first part is that when you're in the off season, I don't think you need to necessarily be unconditioned, right? Like, I don't think you need to necessarily like stop running, stop working out. Obviously, you might run more during the season, but I think from my perspective, like you should be playing enough in terms of like pickup, like that's my first thing I'll say. You should be playing enough pickup that like you're still in pretty decent shape. You're still running up and down the floor a lot. And obviously, right now maybe some of you guys can't do that, so understandable. But at the same time, if you can, you should do that. That's the best way to stay in shape, in my opinion. Playing pickup, 2, 3, 4 times a week, you're gonna stay in pretty good shape. And but obviously, not everyone's gonna be able to do that. So, what you can do still is add some sort of element of conditioning to your workouts. Players always ask me to make a conditioning workout, which I'll probably do at some point because I think that you can have a conditioning workout. But at the same time, I think my preferred way of conditioning again is by playing. So like, let's play more pickup. We're gonna get conditioned if we just play pickup for an hour and a half straight. Like, you're gonna be in pretty good shape if you do that a couple times a week for a few weeks, right? But also what you can do is you can add sprints into your workout. So for example, you might start off your workout doing some stationary shooting, we'll say. So you're working on, maybe we'll say 5 shots, 5 spots, okay? Or so you make those shots. After that, you shoot your 2 free throws. Actually, maybe we'll say you make those 5 shots at those 5 spots, and then you run a 17. So if you guys don't know what a 17 is, it's where you start on one sideline and you run to the opposite sideline and then back. So every time you run across the court, it's 1. Okay, so I run across 1, back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 17. Okay, that in itself is a really good conditioning drill. And what you can do with that is you can start to time yourself and try and beat your time. So maybe you get it in 1 minute and 5 seconds, right? Well, the next workout, you're going to try and get it in 1 minute and 4. So you might do that shooting drill, and then you go do that 17, and then you go back, shoot your free throws, go to your next drill, whatever. Maybe you run another 17 after the next drill. Okay, so you're just adding in conditioning to your workout. Or you might even say, I'm going to go through my whole workout, right? And then at the end of my workout, I'm going to run 3 17s back to back. I'm going to go 17, give myself 30, 45 seconds of a break. Then I'm going to go another one, little break, another one, little break, right? You can do that with suicides if you want, whatever it might be. And I think that is a great way to also be conditioned. You don't necessarily have to do full conditioning workouts, though. Again, I'll probably make one because you can. But just adding it into your game at this point, I think is very, very important. And I think as you approach the season, the biggest difference is that right now it's about to be July. We're the end of June. I think the biggest thing now is like, you probably aren't going to be running as much, and as the season approaches, you're just going to ramp it up a little bit. So if you can play more pickup as the season approaches, you can play 4 times a week with your team or whatever. That's great, right? If you just make sure that at the end of your workouts, you're running sprints, or maybe in between your drills, you're running sprints, those 17s or suicides. As the season approaches, you start to ramp it up. I think that's important too. But at the same time, my big thing is like, you can stay in pretty good shape in the off season too. Like, you don't have to just stop running, stop playing. That's a mistake players make too, because if you're not running, you probably aren't playing. And playing is so important in the off season. Like, you should be playing so often. Okay? So that's an important thing for you guys to recognize. I think the good thing now is that and obviously this year is different with everything going on, but with AAU, players are usually still playing in the offseason. So they still have that sort of baseline of being able to have some sort of conditioning, right? I think the only difference is as the season approaches, you sort of ramp up the intensity a little bit. So you add in a couple more sprints, maybe you play an extra night, whatever it is you can do. And honestly, we can even take a look at the context of what you're doing when you're playing. So when you're playing, maybe you make it your goal to guard the other team's best player, right? Because you're going to have to do more work, and you're going to be in better shape because you got to work harder on defense now. So I think that in itself, again, is going to help you not only basketball-wise, but conditioning-wise too. Okay, so really, it's what it's about is it's not always about working harder. A lot of times, it's working smarter. Okay, so how can I kill two birds with one stone? When I play pickup, I'm working on my skills, but at the same time, I'm getting in better shape too. Okay, so that's something that I think of. But again, we can have this discussion in terms of full workout that I'll definitely drop at some point. But between playing and those extra sprints, you'll be in good shape. I want you guys right now, go to the top link in my description and get my free elite perimeter scorer workout. We're going to work on a bunch of different skills that you need to have if you want to be an elite player in the perimeter. Make sure you guys check it out completely free. Click the link, I'll send it right to you.